Or is he just proxy hatching on the other side most likely? Or
I don't know.
oh, gold base. This is wild.
This is gonna be fun regardless of what it is. And the upper right.
No.
He's not. He's doing something.
No. He's just mining the mineral just for timing, I guess, for later, and then he's going straight to the purple gas that I was hoping he would take.
Okay,
Bly
so
is my spirit animal. Yeah.
The bottom left then in the blue because we need Bly to actually get his natural to introduce him there. He's spirit.
And in the top left-hand side, it is Bly. What a beast. I mean, yeah, spirit animal. It makes me so excited when I saw it on the map, on the mini-map preview. I've never seen or talked to Bly about this map, but I saw it. I saw Bly. I saw Prox. I mean, yeah, this is it.
I was gonna say, Cat.
I'm surprised that it's not on the other side though. Not like there. Yeah.
Well, this is just the macro proxy hatch.
It looks like it. Yeah.
You go on the other side, then it's an aggressive proxy hatch, and you...
Which is what I thought. Yeah. I thought he would go Ravagers off of that, but instead, this could be Muta or something else. It's still likely to be Ravagers.
I mean, I'm kind of memeing. I don't think Bly is going for a super macro build off of this. He does want to commit to something fairly early on into this game. Well, the question is whether Spirit figures out what's happening. Wait, is Bly
and
finding out more?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but I'll tell you one thing. Like, I don't see any utility in doing what he's doing right now. Okay, he was just wait, I don't even know. I don't even know what this drone was thinking or what the idea is there. That this drone does actually just make no sense. But Bly does take his gas at this base, which is crazy because I've experimented with this already on this map pool because there's a lot of extra gases, and this is actually gonna net Bly more gas faster than if he had taken his main gas. He's already over 100, which means he can start link speed if he wants to. Usually link speed finishes around 330, so he could finish link speed faster while continuing to have a faster influx of gas from this move that he made. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, we gotta point this out though. Spirit should have a very strong understanding of what's happening. He scouts the main, sees that, well, the gas is not done yet. He hasn't mined any gas out of it, but still that the spawning pool is wiggling. So Spirit should know that specifically one of these rich gas bases has been taken. It doesn't really make sense for there to be anything else. So he should know what's up. But he's got the wrong read here. He's got a bunker in the main base. He thinks this is Ravagers, much like you expected it to be, Cats. That's not what's going to happen.
I thought it could also be Muta. Yeah, when you were memeing about a macro play, like I thought, yeah, Muta are not unlikely of this gas because you can actually get Muta. Like one of the things about like lower base Muta is your economy can be kind of trashed, but and you know it's very difficult to commit those extra 4 workers to an extra gas for the 4th gas and so on, and very low economy. But here you can kind of get away with it, so I like it. The other option is Lurkers or something wild, but I think Aspire is most likely.
I mean, we see Roachborn going down though, so I guess not. This might be a Nidus play. Maybe that's also possible because you effectively on 3 gas. Oh, it's fake. It's fake. Yeah. He's doing it. Oh yeah, this is gonna be Spire after all. That was just to bait out the scout. I love that. The mind games here coming out of Bly are just 10 out of 10. But Spirit's gonna rescout the main base. Now, okay, he's gonna see that the Roachborn is gone. He's gonna see, okay. Process of elimination says it's Spire here, right? Like it's...
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Links with speed, so they're going to try to deny the confirmation if possible, and they're going to be able to. They get this around on the Reaper, and yeah, we have a wonderful opening here for Bly. Very, very, very cool.
I'm having a lot of fun already.
And mind you, if Spirit had the misread, like if Spirit had anticipated, okay, this is probably the classic Bly proxy hatch Ravagers type thing, then he could have very easily gone into Banshee. That would have been the best unit to make, and then you're kind of dead against Muta. Instead, I mean, he's still gonna be in an awkward position to say the least, but a Banshee might have just been a death sentence. So that's something going on for Spirit.
And
oh, I see. So cool. So that's what he was mining the minerals for. So this is a very well layered cheese. This is, after all, the Swiss stage.
Although I don't think he had to mine out with the first drone like that. I mean, well, actually, no, that's to bait out the scout, to think that he's proxying on the gold base or something. So that makes sense. Okay.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, that's super high level mind games if he was preempting that far away. Okay, all the links are actually gonna unload. Probably not gonna find much as the Hellions already repositioned. But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's a very early scout. I would have to watch the replay and see whether he was already saturated in the main. That's the only thing that would make sense to go for the minerals that early on. But I guess he's gonna have to make that trip at some point, and it is a pretty far away trip if he wants to guarantee that Overlord drop, which was pretty cool, but gets shut down.
Yeah, I still think that
Muta.
On the other side, that's not a lot of Marines, but we do have missile turrets already up. Spirit had the read. And while this will get a lot of Marines done, I don't think this gets the damage that Fly's looking for necessarily. But Marines outside of the Aegis of those missile turrets, maybe. What are we looking at? It's 4 Marines on the map right now, a single Viking. I'm somewhat surprised to not see Fly targeting down the eBay, right? Shut down the upgrade.
Oh, if he gets the Viking. There we go. Okay, now that he got the Viking, he has free roam because before the Viking could at least anchor himself basically on the turrets, and then it would be difficult for the Muta. But as it stands, I mean, Bly has free reign over this upgrade at the very least, and then he can start harassing gases and whatnot, take a third, start saturating that as soon as possible, etc. I'm not sure that he wants to commit. I mean, he clearly does, but I'm not sure if it's the right call. He's gonna have to turn around for the Marines. There's not enough Marines in there, but there is still Marines in the bunker already that are doing a wonderful job. Inside the main, there is a turret, so Bly may be overcommitting. It's very difficult to say. Does kill all of the Marines again, but will take some Muta losses in the process, so not the most amazing. The Muta count does get dwindled a little bit here, but now looking for those angles without the Viking to protect.
My cats, you got dwindled by a lot. That was 7 Mutas dying over the course of that fight. That, when you're looking at Bly, he's a 2-base Zerg. He's got his 3rd base done. He's not mining out of it just yet. 700 minerals and 700 gas is a lot, even with the rich gas base. So for now, he's trying. Just almost gets that factory. In fact, it might still burn down. SCVs, no, they're gonna find out the repair. Almost.
Yeah, try to look for the medevac. Yeah, very beautiful timing for Spirit to engage. They're knowing exactly how much he could wait before going for it, and then it makes it a very difficult decision for Bly because you can get the extra volley off on the factory to kill it, but it will probably cost you like 3 Muta. So a little bit of a bait. Bly doesn't take it. It was right to let the factory live. And still getting a little bit of damage here. Does get a tank for his troubles, and this is not looking too bad for Bly at all.
No, but it is also one of those scenarios where he's not killing Spirit. Spirit's 3rd base now done, ready there. He's doing a lot of damage, absolutely, Cats. But like the longer this game goes, Spirit is if this game goes to 15 minutes, Spirit is absolutely the player I favor. So,
Bly,
it's so good. He's doing
he's getting burrow as well, so I mean that's a great idea, but is he gonna have enough time? I would have almost preferred Infestors here. Imagine just a fungal or 2 on top of that ball of Marines. It would have been so great. Instead, he's gonna have to do without Baneling speed. He is morphing 7 Banelings. He's gonna need all of his Muta there and maybe a little bit of a flank if he is to engage this army. A lot of drones are very likely to fall here, so now Bly looking very, very bad. If he doesn't catch this army and then goes for the counter attack and denies the 3rd of Spirit, which he will presumably attempt to take behind this, he is going to be in a whole lot of trouble. Beautiful splits here from Spirit, relatively easy as the Banes don't have speed, but there's enough Muta to clean this up. Can he get the medevacs on the retreat, and can he stop the potential 3rd? And not enough Marines here, but this is going to be a costly engagement regardless for Bly. He could even be target firing those Marines, as weird as that sounds, as the medevacs are doing a wonderful job of healing things. And he will stave off this pressure for the time being as he takes a fort. So this is not the worst still.
No, it really wasn't. He only lost about, I think, 2 Mutas in that engagement. It wasn't that bad. And now Marines on the reinforcement line here. Why trying to knock that down? Not gonna be great.
Yeah. Some mistakes in execution there from Bly. Another few links get rallied forward, but there was no reason for him to try to move past the Marines with the Muta. He just needed to attack, move, and would have traded much more efficiently and without the reinforcing Marines getting involved. Now Spirit did set up his 3rd, so that's gonna be really nice for him to catch up. He's already caught up in workers, which he had been trailing for a bit. So yeah, not looking as hot for Bly, but he does have a secret weapon in the burrow. So if he can get a big Baneling detonation, he's back, baby.
I mean, that being said, he's down upgrades pretty significantly here, despite killing the +1 attack. Spirit, he's got his 1/1. His armory is very late though, so if there was a world where Bly came back into it, it's not gonna be great. The upgrade timing is still gonna be really bad, but it could be worse. So for now, the mutas there. Oh, that's a lot of mutas going down for really not a lot of gain. And if you look at the course of this game, as the mutas, they're going to delay the armory a little bit, but this has been 20 dead mutas in a 10-minute game. That's a lot of mutas, cats. And in this game where Bly's economy is not great, it's even more.
Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, Bly had a wonderful start here, not able to keep up the momentum. At this point, really, for me, it's just about those banelings outside of the 4th base, or of the 3rd base, or actually outside of his natural, technically. The natural being, of course, the rich gas base. Like, if those banelings get a good shot, then, you know, you can counterattack, you can clean up the army, and then you can win the game. You can at least get the 3rd down. So it's all about this. Spirit is headed in the direction of those burrowed banelings, and you only get one shot to not miss your chance to blow. It's an opportunity that comes once in a lifetime. Let's see if he can capitalize. It's happening.
It's happening. Is he paying attention to it? Is he on? It's not on.
Not good enough. But, I mean, it's good. Just not amazing, but it's still good enough with the reinforcements. If the mutant banelings can't get here in time, which they stopped for some reason, then he can crush this army still. Hello?
Trying to set the flank
gotta go.
With mutas?
What is he doing? Go! What?
You just giving the base
He can definitely take on this army, but decides to lose the hatchery instead. I mean, look at that army. Easily taken down. Maybe he doesn't know where the reinforcements are or how far the line stretches back. Now they're here. Now it would be difficult, but Bly definitely could have taken that engagement. Now in a very, very dire position.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, benefits for Bly. Spirit's forgotten his armor upgrade. He's just got +1 or +2 attack on the way. So upgrades, I think Bly's just waiting for upgrade parity here. The rich gas base, it's actually mined out all the gas already, so it's not as useful to him anymore. Because he does have this other beast. He's technically a 3-base Zerg right now. 4th base on the way soon. So it's not as big of a deal, and he's just 1-1's done now. Like, if there's a timing that Bly wins or actually takes a fight, it's gonna have to be right now. But it's still so hard, cats. He's down 40 supply, and there's no creep. How do you take a fight into a Terran with no creep outside your base?
Okay, let's look at the banelings. You only get one chance to not miss your chance to blow. It's an opportunity that comes once in a lifetime. In the left of the screen, bottom, left, bottom. Okay, you heard it. There was an explosion there. Yeah, a few Marines go down, but nothing too crazy.
But the base is dead.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There are more banelings on the ramp.
True. Counter attack on the other side. I like that. That could bait Spirit into the baneling mines. So I think they got cleared out by scan. No, not yet. So there is baneling mines on the other side, and this should prompt Spirit to go, but he will scan ahead, and that means the banelings are gonna get taken down before they are able to accomplish anything. This link will never finish morphing, and that should give Spirit free reign to say, oh, you were trying to morph veins, you probably don't have very many. I'm just gonna stim forward and try to kill you right now, and he should be able to.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the mutas don't have great answers on the other side right now. The Marines aren't where they need to be. Not enough numbers to really scare this off, but +2 is done. There are Marines in every single one. Well, I guess not the main base yet, but pretty much every single one of Bly's bases. He cannot defend this. We got, okay, long distance mining there. I guess that's going to have to be something. Mutas trying to get on top of the tanks on the backside, but surprisingly enough, Bly taps out. He generally, Bly is a player that's going to wait until he has absolutely nothing left, but he taps out this game 1, and Spirit, he holds on.
I mean, he basically had nothing left, to be fair. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about Bly is one of those players that's going to go take a hatch in a corner and, you know, really try to drag it out on a shot. But
true that. Yeah, especially when you got Burrow Banes, there's always a shot. But Spirit was so cautious towards the tail end. He knows who he's playing against. It was an awesome opening from Bly, and I feel like he had the ability to snowball that. Like, I think that he was in a good position, but unfortunately not able to. And yeah, Spirit, I mean, he is the expected winner here, but Bly definitely at least making him sweat a little bit.
Yeah, certainly. You're right. I think that could have been really, really cool. Maybe if you, I think you just don't dive on top of the missile turret. He tried to trade out, really snowball this like we saw Wayne do against Clem, but he lost 7 mutas. And as we were talking about in game, that was 7 mutas when you're on 2 bases, 3rd base on the way. That's very expensive. So if you can go and ensure that instead you just start to kill a lot of workers, deny the upgrades, really just keep Spirit contained, I think that is the way. I think you win that game, or at least you're far more likely to win the game. You don't lose your base. But unfortunately, Bly when he is the one that wants to be aggressive, he just sometimes you go a little bit too hard.
Yeah, the problem was the transition was pretty slow as well on the Bane side of things, and he let that hatchery die with at his natural base, normally the 4th with the rich gas. Like, I think he could have taken that engagement, saved that hatchery, and things look a lot better because now you have more larva, more income, and you probably cleared your opponent's force. But to be fair, he could have also not known just how many units there were available there for Spirit. He could have thought it was a lot more, and it's very difficult to tell. So he doesn't take that engagement. I mean, the strat was cool. Let's see if he can pull off something even crazier here. I wouldn't mind another proxy hatch, maybe a more aggressive one this time around.
And we're going to have to find out because Hecate is not quite as proxyable. There's not random rich gas bases and rich minerals everywhere, but it's still possible. You can still do some fun stuff. So, game number 2 on the way.
See it. I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh. One thing I believe is that Bly's got something up his sleeves. 16 out of 14 into the upper right, in the red, down a game. It's Bly.
And in the bottom left-hand side, his opponent in the blue. For Sidestorm Gaming, it is Spirit.
Okay, so this is a 16 hatch. Cats.
I love it.
Is this an aggressive proxy, or is this just I'm denying your natural and I'm going to expand behind it? I mean, with the double gas cancel, it's got to be the aggressive. What's this?
It's taking the hybrid gold base. I don't like it.
Yeah, this
normally I would love it, but yeah, this is just not good enough payout. It's too far away. You know, it's too far away for it to pay for itself with just the 4 gold patches, sadly.
Yeah, well, you know, it makes sense that Spirit did so well in game 1, and maybe things are going to work out because, Cats, this is Spirit's time of year. When stores bearing his name pop up all across America. That makes sense. Powering up. Spirit Halloween's out.
Yeah. No doubt. So we'll see. I mean, this is definitely spooky. We'll see if it works out. I mean, Bly knows probably what Spirit does against a hatch block type maneuver, but in my opinion, this hatchery could have been the 3rd hatchery, and it would have been perfectly fine. If your intention is not to be aggressive with Roach Warren and whatnot, then I find the 3rd hatchery always gets in time to block the 3rd CC. It's just as unexpected as the 2nd hatchery, but then he would have his 2nd hatchery completed, and this wouldn't have changed in the sense that it would still require an SCV pool most likely, and you would still end up canceling it, right? So yeah, I prefer the other alternative.
So one of the benefits, though, we talk about what Bly's doing here, is that by proxy hatching like this, and actually he's gonna get the drone out, that's pretty nice. He forces this to be Marines out of the barracks instead of a Reaper, which shuts down the scouting quite a bit. So Spirit's gonna see that, yeah, there's a hatchery on the way at the natural. It's late, but Bly did proxy. He's probably still going to be expecting something else, but it makes it harder to spot the hybrid base, right? Because there's not a Reaper on the map. You're scouting with SCV. You don't want to be on the map that long with your SCV because mining time lost, and you had to pull SCVs on the other side. So it does mean that there's a higher likelihood that Bly gets away with the hybrid base.
True.
Is I guess the one bit of logic there.
Yeah, I don't know how much you're getting away with really, right? Because again, it's just the 4 mineral patches, and you have to micro for them as well. Let's see if Bly is microing those patches.
Seems like he is.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, he is for sure. So that's something.
So now that we have the hybrid base taken, this is not, it's not a lot of gas early, nothing like that really allows you to power up and do something crazy with, I don't know, 2 base muta, proxy, something like that we saw in game number 1. How does Bly leverage this? This is, of course, this base will last longer. You'll be able to mine from it for longer because, well, it actually has 4 blue minerals. But I guess this is just a roach play. Generally, when you don't have the rich gas, you just take the minerals, you pump them into gas a little bit instead because you need less workers, and you go from there. And this is a fairly wide open 3rd. Whichever one you take here, it's hard to hold against Roach's, Cats.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it at all. Yeah, and roaches are the kind of unit that you can make with gold bases a little bit more easily, whereas, you know, without the gold bases, a lot of the time you're kind of lacking a little bit of minerals here or there and there. Bly is not really taking up, so this is a very low roach all-in type play. Like, it's pretty low tech. 30 workers, 33 now for Bly, and I don't think he has an intention of making any more. There is link speed as well out, and 10 links get fired up. So yeah, this is going to be pretty all-in from Bly. We'll see if he can make it work.
Yeah, pretty supply block though at the moment. 3 overlords on the way. Just again, you're freeing up that supply. But this build, I think, is one of those things that has to hit really quickly, really strong. And any delay, cats, it does not spark joy in the hearts and the minds of the Zerg. As now Spirit knows that there was a proxy hatch. He probably had an inkling that this was happening, but he wasn't sure. And now he knows what's up. Now he knows what he has to do. And the answer is just, as is often the case when fighting Bly, just defend. Sit back there on 2 bases, have your tanks behind. Don't give him an opportunity to get away with whatever his shenanigans are. And actually, with these Marines on the map right now, he's keeping them fairly close to home, I guess. But this is not necessary from Spirit. Just defend at home. You're going to be fine. And now there is a world where Bly punches through this because all the stuff is in the air, and he's going to get right through the wall.
There's going to be a lot less DPS to start off, but at the same time, the balls are not available anymore, and that might just be game.
That should be. Bly committed to it. Spirit had the worst defense possible in that he had the 16 Marines and 2 medevacs in the air, and that's less DPS, that's less fighting. You know, you have to drop them out. But even still, he crushed that.
Even Steven. Yeah, there's really not much of a transition from Bly either, right? There's no roach speed, there's no lair. So no upgrades. So that was all in, as uneventful as it looked, and he has a lot more economy. So I feel like he could have punched in a little bit harder with the all-in, waited a little bit longer perhaps. But can't blame him. Goes as he spots the medevacs unloaded. So like you said, that is a timing and opportunity where there's a lot of DPS that is not firing right off the bat behind the supply depot. So tries to go for it, but backfires. And now, I mean, it's impossible. I think it's going to be so very difficult to come back into this game. On the other side, Spirit setting up a little bit of aggression as well.
So Spirit on the right side, drop gets dealt with on the left side. Well, a couple queens, they're going to go down. +1, just still 10 seconds out, but Spirit doesn't need that. He kills the queens. That means less creeps going to get spread, less injects, whatever. And you talked about this fully 7 minutes ago, cats. This base, for what you have to do, what you get out of it, is so hard to defend. It is so far away from your main, your natural, whatever. That certainly before you connect that creep, it's really hard. So Bly is dead. He had some cool builds, doesn't work out, and Spirit 2-0 now. Well played.